Well, President Trump is highlighting the accomplishments of his first year in office.
He delivered his first State of the Union address last night. Eyewitness News reporter Jan Carabeo is live at the CBS 3 News Center. And Jan, it was a historically long speech. What were some of the big takeaways?
Rahel and Jim, good morning. Well, President Trump called for unity last night as he spoke for just about an hour and a half. During that time, he also touted achievements during his first year in office, including job creation, stock market gains, and tax cuts. And looking ahead, the president now says he's ready to work with both parties on immigration.
The state of our union is strong because our people are strong.
President Trump, in his first State of the Union address, says his first-year accomplishments speak for themselves.
We enacted the biggest tax cuts and reforms in American history.
The hot-button issue, though, that could bring the government to the brink of another shutdown in about a week is immigration.
Tonight, I am extending an open hand to work with members of both parties.
President Trump called for the construction of a southern border wall. In exchange, he offered a path to citizenship for 1.8 million immigrants brought here illegally as children.
Under our plan, those who meet education and work requirements and show good moral character will be able to become full citizens of the United States.
Massachusetts Representative Joe Kennedy III delivered the official Democratic response. He told DACA Dreamers, quote, "We will fight for you," then attacked the Trump administration's divisive first year.
Bullies may land a punch. They may leave a mark. But they have never, not once in the history of our United States, managed to match the strength and spirit of a people united in defense of their future.
Now, according to a CBS News poll, viewers approved of the president's first State of the Union address. 3 out of 4 people, in fact, approved. Just a quarter of people who watched disapproved. But as is typically the case, people who watched the address seemed to lean toward the president's party. 42% of viewers identified themselves as Republicans. Now, more than a dozen lawmakers boycotted the president's speech last night, but something both sides applauded was President Trump's call for a $1.5 trillion infrastructure spending plan. He did not, however, spend much time detailing where that money would come from. In the News Center, Jan Carabeo, CBS 3 Eyewitness News. Rahel and Jim, back into you.
Thank you, Jan.